Welcome to IELTS 21 Test 1 Passage 2, Why We Need Silence. Today we will explore the importance of quiet environments for human health. This passage has 13 questions in total, divided into 3 types: information location, summary completion, and matching people with statements. All questions test your ability to locate key information, including information location, completion, and matching. Mastering keyword location skills helps you find answers quickly and improve your efficiency. The article has 7 paragraphs, from A to G, discussing the harm of noise and the benefits of silence. From passage 1 to 3, introduce the harm of noise and measures cities take to reduce it. From passage 4 to 5, introduce research on silent experiences, especially flotation tank experiments. From passage 6 to 7, discuss the personal impact of silence and practical advice. Information location questions focus on paragraphs A to C, completion on D and E, and matching on F and G. Let's look at question 14. It asks you to find which paragraph gives examples of strategies to reduce noise for the public. The keywords are strategies and reduce noise. We need to find specific examples. Paragraph C mentions noise-reducing road coatings, greenery, bans, and fines. These are all specific strategies to reduce noise. So the answer to question 14 is C. Let's look at question 15. Find which paragraph contains data showing how serious the noise problem is. Please pause the video and try to locate it yourself. Extract keywords, extent of the problem and data. We need a paragraph with specific numbers or statistics. Scan paragraph B. We find reports from the World Health Organization and the European Environment Agency with specific data: 40 decibels, 1 in 5 people. This data directly shows how common and serious the noise problem is. So the answer to question 15 is B. Let's look at question 16. It asks you to find the paragraph that describes the physical changes in our body when we hear a sudden noise. Please pause the video and try to locate it yourself. The keywords in the question are physiological changes and sudden noises. We need to find how the body reacts immediately, not the long-term effects. Paragraph A mentions blood pressure goes up, muscles tense, and glands release hormones. These are exactly the physical changes the question asks about. So the answer is in paragraph A. So the answer to question 16 is A. Let's look at question 17. Find the paragraph that contains evidence showing a relatively quiet environment can be more beneficial than a totally silent one. Extract keywords: relatively quiet environment, totally silent one, more beneficial. Scan paragraph G. It mentions a study. Participants felt more relaxed and less bored in an outdoor garden, relatively quiet, than in a completely silent room. So the answer to question 17 is G. Next, let's move on to the completion section for Q18-21. Let's look at question 18. The statement says that the ability to focus on something helps people relax and meditate. Please pause the video and think about it first. Before the blank, we have focus on, and after it, the ability of. So the blank should be a noun, and it should be singular. Let's go back to paragraph D. This paragraph mainly talks about the experience in a flotation tank. Pay attention to the last sentence. The key phrase is ability to focus on. The original text says it is the ability to focus on the breath. The word breath is directly given in the original text. No replacement is needed. So the answer to question 18 is breath. Let's look at question 19. The question says Feinstein's team recruited 50 people and asked them to do something before and after floating. The word answer before the blank tells us we need a noun. The blank is after answer, so the answer must be a singular countable noun. The clue words are answer and prior to and following. Go to paragraph E. We see the phrase had them answer a questionnaire. The word questionnaire is exactly what we need. The original text directly gives the word questionnaire. No synonym replacement is needed. Be careful not to write experiment or session. So the answer to question 19 is questionnaire. Let's look at question 20. This is a summary completion question. The statement says participants reported decreases in muscle tension and pain, alongside an increase in relaxation and overall what? Before the blank is overall, and after it is increase. So we need a noun, singular form, describing an abstract state or feeling. Let's locate paragraph E. The words muscle tension and pain in the question are good landmarks. We can find them exactly in the original text. The original text says an increase in feelings of relaxation and overall well-being. The word well-being is directly given in the text. No replacement is needed. So the answer to question 20 is well-being. Let's look at question 21. This is a note completion question. The statement says float sessions decreased activity in the DMN, a brain network commonly linked with what? First, analyze the blank. Before the blank is linked with a passive structure, so we need a noun after it. Also, commonly suggests this is a general knowledge, so the answer should be a condition or symptom. Now, locate the answer in the text. Default mode network and DMN in the question are good landmarks. In paragraph E, we find default mode network, DMN, followed by a collection of brain regions commonly linked with depression. Look at the text, commonly linked with depression. Depression is the word we need. Note, this word is directly given in the original text, no synonym replacement is needed. So the answer to question 21 is depression. Next, let's move on to the features matching section for Q22-26. Let's look at question 22. The statement says, it is unpleasant and upsetting for people to be placed in a silent environment against their will. Please pause the video and try to match this statement with the people options below. The core of the statement is, a silent environment against one's will leads to negative feelings. The key words are against their will and unpleasant and upsetting. Now scan paragraph F. Bensosan mentions that when people do not want silence, it can be very distressing. This matches exactly with unpleasant and upsetting in the statement. So the answer to question 22 is C. Let's look at question 23. The trend towards creating quieter urban locations is likely to increase in the coming years. Please pause the video and try to match the statement with person A, B, C, or D. The core of the statement is trend and increase. We need to find which person clearly predicts more quiet urban areas in the future. Scan paragraph C. Nick Antonio says, I expect we will see much more of this in the future. This directly matches the trend and increase in the statement. So the answer to question 23 is A. Let's look at question 24. Please pause the video and try to match it yourself. The statement says, when our senses are completely cut off, the brain creates illusions. The key idea is, when there is no outside input, the brain fills the void and creates illusions. Keywords are sensory deprivation and illusions. Locate paragraph D. Feinstein says, when you don't have external sensory stimuli, the brain tries to fill the void. This matches the statement exactly. So the answer to question 24 is B. Let's look at question 25. The statement says even a short amount of silent time can have a positive impact. Pause the video and think about your answer first. The key ideas are short time and positive impact. We need to find which researcher believes short periods of silence are effective. Locate paragraph G. Eric Pfeiffer says, you don't need to spend hours in silence. It is likely better to have more frequency of silence for a few minutes at a time. This directly matches the statement. So the answer to question 25 is D. Let's look at question 26. Please pause the video and try to match the statement with the correct researcher. The core of the statement is, external and internal quietness makes us more aware of our surroundings and helps us provide a more adequate response. Let's scan paragraph F. Neurobiologist Tal Doughton Bensosan says, when we find ways to be quiet, we are not only quiet in our environment, but quiet in our inner selves. This allows us to be more aware of what is happening around us so we can provide a more adequate response. So the answer to question 26 is C. Now let's review the three main tricks from this lesson. Trick 1, opposite meaning or detail trap. The option uses a different word or a small detail to mislead you. So the answer to question 18 is breath. Trick 2, wrong subject or made up information. The option mentions something not in the text or changes the main subject. So the answer to question 19 is questionnaire. Trick 3, synonym or main idea. The correct option uses different words to express the same meaning. So the answer to question 20 is well-being. Remember, first read the question, then find the matching part in the text, and finally remove the wrong options. Now let's review the key vocabulary from this lesson. Keywords: noise-reducing road coatings, greenery, legislation, questionnaire, well-being, depression. This lesson ends here. Hope these tips help you. See you next time.